Caitlin's coming.
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
You look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time.
The jealousy last year over Caitlin Clark was off the charts. She single-handedly lifted the WNBA like nobody else. Just look at the numbers. An average WNBA game without Caitlin Clark? 394,000 viewers. Not bad. But a Clark game? 1.4 million. That's over 200% more viewers just because of one player. And it's not just her games. The entire league benefited. The WNBA Finals had averaged around 600K viewers since 2014, but last year, 1.57 million, and Caitlin Clark wasn't even playing in the finals. That's how much interest she generated for the league as a whole. But was she appreciated for it? Nope. Just listen to Angel Reese.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
People in the comments love to say, no one is sitting down at 7 p.m. thinking, let me turn on women's basketball to watch Angel Reese. You can practically smell the jealousy and hate coming off the screen. Well, guess what? Angel Reese just said something else that's going to rub people the wrong way. And this time, it's not just talk. It could affect the entire WNBA. So even though the WNBA got a massive boost in popularity, they actually lost more money than ever last season. The NBA has been keeping the league afloat, usually covering around $10 million in losses per year. But last year, the W took a $50 million hit, 5 times more than usual.
Why?
Well, even though revenue went up, spending skyrocketed, mainly because of private charter flights for players. I mean, I once saw the entire Dallas Wings team on a commercial flight. Can you imagine that happening in the NBA? That'd be like, yo LeBron, mind if I take the aisle seat? So yeah, WNBA players got what they wanted, but at the end of the day, if the league isn't making money, it's hard to pay the players. And Angel Reese is out here saying, yeah, we better get a raise or else. The CBA negotiations are coming up, and players are pushing for bigger paychecks. But now I'm hearing talk like, if y'all don't give us what we want, we might just sit out. Yeah, as in refusing to play basketball.
What does that mean? We deserve more.
Of course,
Everybody.
I agree.
Everybody.
I agree with that.
But we gotta get paid the consequences.
What?
Damn, we gotta get it up.
Y'all gotta
like
deal
y'all.
with something. Y'all gotta do something.
But the women coming in, not this year, but next year, or because the ones coming in this year will still be on the rookie contract again.
Mm-hmm.
The ones the year after, they gonna get more. They probably gonna be making more than us.
No, they are.
I'm hurt.
They are. Like, yeah. I've been in the meetings. They are.
I need to get in the. I need to get in the field.
You need to come to the
I
meeting.
gotta get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us. If y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sitting out.
That's a possibility for real.
Yeah.
Now, in the NFL, we've seen 6-player lockouts. The NBA, NHL, and MLB, 4 times each. But the WNBA? Never. A lockout happens when players refuse to play unless they get better pay or treatment. But why is this such a big deal? Well, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark only made about $74,000 as rookies. And let's be real, that's not covering Angel's lifestyle.
I don't even think that pays one of my bills. I'm trying to think of like my rent for where I stay at. No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. That WNBA check don't pay a thing. Do that even pay my car note?
Oh, that's not good. But luckily for Angel, she's got endorsement deals keeping her pockets full. Reebok, Beats by Dre, Reese's Pieces, and more. But most players don't have those big endorsement deals. In fact, a lot of WNBA players have to play overseas just to make ends meet. I'm talking China, Egypt, Turkey, Russia. That's actually why Brittany Griner was in Russia in the first place, where she ended up locked up for almost a year. And if players actually go through with a strike, it could set the WNBA back years. All the momentum Caitlin Clark just gave them, thrown away and set on fire. This is the dirty little secret of the WNBA for over 30 years. They've made $0. The NBA covers an average of $10 million a year just to keep the league afloat, and in return, they own 42% of the WNBA. Yeah, the NBA isn't doing this for free. Adam Silver might want us to think they're just being generous, but no. He straight up said the WNBA could be worth $10 billion someday, and they want a piece of that. On top of that, last year, the WNBA sold another 16% of the league for $75 million, partly to pay for those private charter flights. So now, the WNBA itself only owns 42% of its own league. And yet, when players demand a 50-50 revenue split, just like NBA players, the question is 50% of what? Because they only own 42% of their own league, they sold the other 58% just to keep the lights on. So imagine these players demanding half of someone else's money. The NBA has been funding this league for over 30 years, but now that it's finally gaining popularity, players want a bigger cut. And if they actually go on strike, that could be disastrous. Just as fans are starting to invest in the WNBA, following teams and players, they sit out. This already happened in baseball back in 1994. They went on strike, lost millions of fans, and it took them a decade to recover. The WNBA? They can't afford that. This is the worst possible time to strike, right when they finally have some momentum for the first time ever. But here's the thing, that's not even the only way to destroy their own league. The Steph vs. Sabrina three-point challenge was the biggest hit at NBA All-Star in decades. Basically, Steph Curry went 1v1 against Sabrina Ionescu in a three-point contest, and Steph won 29-26. It was electric. In fact, the event peaked at 5.4 million viewers on TNT. For context, that recent Lakers-Celtics game with Luka, it pulled 4.6 million viewers, the highest-rated regular-season NBA game in 7 years. Steph vs. Sabrina got 1 million more people. That is a massive win for the WNBA and women's basketball as a whole. So just imagine what a Steph vs. Caitlin Clark three-point challenge would pull. NBA All-Star in San Francisco, in Steph's home arena, with Caitlin Clark setting records? That's must-see TV. The NBA invited Caitlin to take part, but she turned it down. Her official reason? I don't really train with shots off a ball rack. I'm more of a catch-and-shoot player. Yeah, right. The real reason? She knew the hate would be insane. Caitlin understood that if she was featured alone with Steph Curry, the backlash from other WNBA players would be brutal. Just look at what happened when Time magazine named her Athlete of the Year. Mystics co-owner Sheila Johnson wasn't happy, saying, "Why couldn't we have put the whole WNBA on that cover and called it League of the Year? We have so much talent that's been unrecognized. I don't think we can pin it all on just one player." Are you kidding me? And if you actually read inside the magazine, Caitlin herself feels guilty about her success. She literally said, "I want to say that I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there's privilege. A lot of the players in this league who have been really good have been black players. This league has kind of been built on them, and the more we can appreciate that, I think it's very important." She's out here giving credit to everyone else and still getting hate.
I'm looking in a mirror a little bit, but it still comes down on your shoulders.
I feel like I always have had really good perspective on everything that's kind of happened in my life, whether that's been good, whether that's been bad. And then obviously coming to the WNBA, like I've said, I feel like I've earned every single thing that's happened to me over the course of my career. But also, I grew up a fan of this league from a very young age. Like, my favorite player was Maya Moore. Like, I know what this league was about. And like I said, like, it's only been around 25 plus years. So I know there's been so many amazing black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them, I think, is very important. And that's something I'm very aware of. And like I said, like, I try to just be real and authentic and, you know, share my truth. And I think that's very easy for me. Like, I'm very comfortable in my own skin. And that's kind of been how it is my entire life.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not one to bring up race, but it's clear that Caitlin Clark is hearing that message. Just to be clear, there have been plenty of talented white WNBA players before. Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Sabrina Ionescu, legends. But none of them were this popular. And it's not just because she's white. The reason Caitlin Clark is this popular is because she plays like a female Steph Curry. She's draining logo threes, throwing insane passes, and doing things that nobody else in the women's game is doing. Now, yeah, some people are probably rooting for her because she's white, and that's messed up. But her massive popularity cannot be explained just by race. If that were the case, why weren't all those other white WNBA stars just as popular? Caitlin is different. Now imagine how massive a Steph versus Caitlyn showdown could have been for the WNBA. But instead, they've beaten her down so badly that Clark felt like she had to say no. She's stuck with two terrible choices: accept her success and be outcast by her own community, downplay it and tell the world, "No, sorry, I'm privileged." Both options suck, and both are hurting the WNBA. I want to see this league succeed, but between this Caitlyn Clark drama and a potential player lockout, things aren't looking great. If you made this far, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for daily updates.